So we're gonna do dash egg cooker day. Hopefully this works out. Little thing's gonna start cooking. So it's things like this that I believe make the difference between you having success and not. And it's an interesting thing because um, what I was thinking about over this past weekend was just how far I've come over like the last. I think it's been probably darn near a month or so that I've been back on the grind and really hitting it hard. But I think, obviously it's that first day to 3 days that you are really focusing on, what you're eating, trying to get rid of those cravings, trying to get past all the sugar, and really, allowing your body to start getting rid of some of those glycogen stores. Um, I was just watching a video not that long ago where they were talking about the best thing to do during the first few days is to walk as much as you can. And I guess I would agree with that. You don't really want to destroy yourself, especially when you're trying to just get some, um, get your body used to burning fat for energy instead of carbohydrate for energy. It is a weird process. I tend to have a bit of a, I wouldn't say like a keto flu, if you will, but more just feeling, I guess, just a little exhausted. But everyone's different. Everyone's different, so that really doesn't matter. But I like eggs, and this little thing is quick, it's easy. It really does help because you don't have to do much. I mean, I guess you can, put a little bit of elbow grease in it if you wanted to, but for the most part, you just put the eggs in there how you want them. Hard boiled. This is the poached eggs. This is the first time I'm doing the poached eggs, but then you can also do this little tray here filled with eggs, and it's like an omelet thing. But I can't express enough how important it is to, I guess, find a reason. Because without the reason, without the motivation, it's going to be really hard to make it any, amount of time. And if you're like, some of us that have quite a bit of weight to lose, if my calculations are correct, for me to get to where I want to be, I mean, even if I was just busting my butt, like riding my board as much as I could, training as much as I could, grappling all the time, doing everything under the sun that I could do, it would still take me 10 to 12 months to get to where I know that I want to be. And that's with consistent dieting. I can't tell people what's best for them. Let me only say what's best for me and leave it to you to figure out with your doctor and with your own experience what's best for you. But for me, I tend to have really bad spillover if I cheat. I remember there was this time that I was doing really, really well back home, and my buddy visited town. And I remember, I don't drink, and I hadn't been doing any nothing, right? I had been no sugar, no nothing. And so I thought this day, I'm going to go out with my buddy and we are going to go on this little tour around the city, and we were going to go and try food at these different places. And I was like, let me, indulge a little today. So what I did is I went around and I had some of my favorite things in town to eat. And they weren't even super carby, but some of the things that I had were like, fried fish. I think I might have had some like fries that day, some French fries. And I remember that, and I was doing pretty well. My body weight was definitely under 190. And so I had been putting in that good work for quite a while. My body weight after that day jumped up a good like 15, 20 pounds. And it's probably because I was carrying so much water And I remember I didn't feel that great. I remember I was enjoying the meals, but I was not feeling that great because I do believe that a high component of my diet at that point in time was fruitarian, which I really enjoyed. When you're an endomorph, if you are active and you can get down to a weight that you're comfortable at, but I think you have to be active. Again, always remember that I can only speak in terms of myself. You have to learn your own body. You have to put in the work to learn your own body. No one can do that for you. I can tell you a bunch of good tidbits about what I do, but again, you have to learn your own body and you have to work with your physician. End of story. But when I was pushing, in that period of time, trying to, cut weight, and I had that, day with him, it took me over a week to get back on track. It took over a week. It was a huge, diet or lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, blunder. It is a lifestyle because that's one of the things that you have to think about if you have this body type is what is splurging going to cost you? Is it going to cost you everything? Because sometimes people can't come back from those type of mistakes. It sends you into a tailspin and you start just eating whatever. You start having the cravings. It's bad. I think this thing's going to go off soon, but there it is. Boom. Let's see what this thing is doing. Uh-oh. There they go. That's how you handle that. But yeah, there's no telling if someone is going to be able to make it back from that type of blunder. I put some cheese in here, but I'm going to melt some cheese on it too. Let's see. There we go. Boom. And then I'm going to keep it in the pan and then melt a few pieces of cheese on that. But yeah, see? Boom. They're already done. And what I'll also do is put some enchilada sauce on these and cheese and cut up some jalapenos. What you can also do with these is you could take some sharp cheddar and put black olives, and you got to be real careful with them, but you could sprinkle some black beans on it. That's a nice little meal. Little lettuce on the side. But so check this out. Like I said, what is splurging going to cost you if you're in the middle of your diet? Because it takes all that work, quickly, because I don't want this video to go too long. You have to get past the 3 days, you have to get past the 10 days, you have to get past the 21 days, you have to get past the 42 days, you have to get past the 63 days, right? The 84 days. And so when you start putting in all this work, yeah, you may want to cheat or you may want to go out and have a little bit of fun, but train on both sides, even though that's not really going to do much. Training's not going to do much. Your body is going to have to go through that reaction, and your body's going to have to heal from that reaction. That's the big thing. See, I think that's the part that endomorphs, that don't really understand what's going on. You are doing damage to your body not eating the correct foods because it's inefficient for your body. I'm not going to say how much damage you're doing because I'm not a doctor. I'm not stupid. See, I'm not a fool. I'm not going to get on here and run my damn mouth and say stuff that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what works for me. I say explore your body and talk to your physician. I know what I'm doing because I've explored my body and talked to my physician. I screw off. I'm a screw up when it comes to eating right. No doubt about that. But at the end of the day, I do know what I'm doing, right? That's not what I do. What I say, not what I do. If you do what I do, you'll be in the same condition as me. Fat, out of shape, umpteenth time screwing this up. You don't want to be me. Trust me. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, is splurging worth it? Remember the fact that you've had to do these little stepping stones with the amount of days that you're doing this. And each one of those days is like readying your body a little bit more to be more fat burning efficient, right? Like your fat burning efficiency on day 40 isn't the same as it is on day 80. On day 80, if you've been doing things right, man, if you still have a lot of fat to lose, your body will be dumping fat. You know when you hit that stride, because when you hit that stride, when your body's ready to release a lot of that fat, it starts to come off fast. It's not until you start getting in the low body fat numbers that it start to get real difficult. But, just, stay the course. That's the thing. That's the most important thing, is just staying the course. I would say, if it was up to me, based on what I have had to deal with over the years, and I hate to say this, and I know that it's freaking difficult, but, I would say it's better not to cheat or to not splurge. And I would include holidays with that. I think it's more important for you to get to your goal, because you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. Your body's going to feel a lot better. And I think you'll thank yourself later. I think that it's more important, especially for those of us who are like on the heavier end, getting back to that goal body weight, or getting finally to that goal body weight. It's a beautiful thing. And so when you're there, right, you'll be like, man, if you didn't cheat, you'll be like, I'm so glad I didn't cheat. Oh my God. You'll be going nuts, because you will know that, it was worth it. The way you feel about yourself is worth it. And I think that that's the most important thing, trying to get through these hurdles with this body type, is, I think it's a consistent thing that you feel so much better as an endomorph when you feel like you've cracked the code to like the personal food intake that works best for you, right? It's a very good feeling. The hard part is maintaining it in this country.